My name is Maggie with Veterans Yoga Project. Welcome. Thank you for joining. This is our special class for Veterans Gratitude Week, and I appreciate you joining us. And we are going to start our class, a little gentle yoga with some breath work. So we're going to find a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall. Draw the shoulders up by the ears, roll the shoulders down the back. Lift the crown of the head up to the sky. And take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out, and let it go. One more time, big deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. One more time, big inhale. And exhale. And pausing a moment here, settling into your space, checking in. How does your body feel today? What do you need from class today? We're going to begin with a calming breath. Our calming breath, we will inhale to the count of 2, pause for a moment, and then exhale to the count of 4 and pause at the bottom. So I invite you to bring the right hand to the chest, left hand to the belly. On that next inhale, inhale, 1, 2, pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Exhale. And with this calming breath, this helps to calm down the parasympathetic nervous system. As you breathe, noticing any distracting thoughts trying to pop their way in. Acknowledge, try not to engage, and let it go. Continuing with this calming breath. Continuing with this breath, noticing what you notice. And with Veterans Yoga Project, we move through some breath work, meditation, some mindful movement, guided rest, and as always, gratitude. And on that next inhale, we're going to come back to that natural breath. And start by rolling the shoulders up at the ears, rolling them down the back. One more time, big inhale, roll those shoulders up and down. And one more time, inhale, draw the shoulders down the back. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale all the way down. And one more time, inhale all the way up. Feel like you're lifting up out of your seat. Exhale all the way down. One more time, big stretch. This time, exhale over to the right side, tenting those fingers next to the hip. Left hand can come to that knee. And perhaps that gaze gently over that right shoulder. Inhale all the way up. Exhale over to the other side. And let's do that again. Inhale all the way up. Exhale over to the other side. And as you're turning through that core. And again, inhale all the way up. Exhale. And coming back to center. I'm going to take that left hand, or excuse me, the right hand. Set that down next to you. Inhale the left arm up and over, a little side stretch. And you can bring that hand to a block if you have that handy. And then moving to the other side, set that hand down. Inhale the other arm up and over. And we will move through a little side stretch flow here. Moving side to side. And just notice what you notice here. Checking in with the body. And we'll do this one more time to each side so we're nice and even. And there we go, coming back to center. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. So we're going to take our bolster, whatever we're sitting on, and we will move that to the side. And if your knees are a little sensitive, keep maybe a blanket, or you can fold over that mat for a little extra cushioning. And we're going to come onto our hands and knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And moving through cat-cow, tuck the toes. Drop the belly, bring the gaze forward, chest comes forward for cow. Exhale back to cat, untuck the toes, snug the belly and arch the back. Inhale, coming forward to cow. And exhale back to cat. And moving through your cat-cow. Maybe even a little stretching side to side. Make this what you need today. And making any modifications you need to make this practice possible for you. And moving through a couple more rounds of cat-cow. And then settling into a neutral tabletop, coming into a spinal balance, extending the right arm forward, thumb is up like you're shaking hands, reaching that left leg back, left foot is flexed, finding something to focus on, the gaze is towards the mat. And then go ahead and draw the right elbow to the left knee. Reaching forward, stretching back. One more time. Right elbow to the left knee. And again, reaching forward and back. And draw that right elbow to the left knee. And then coming back into tabletop. Let's try the other side, see what happens. We're going to reach that right leg back, flex that right foot. Left arm comes forward. Thumb is up like we're reaching out to shake hands. Finding that balance. And then draw the left elbow to the right knee. Reaching forward, stretching back. Left elbow to the right knee. And again, one last time, left elbow to the right knee. Reaching forward and back. Bring that left hand back down, back into tabletop. We are going to widen our knees here. Mat width distance, bring the big toes to touch. Lower the seat towards the heels. Reaching the arms forward. And tap down that forehead. The forehead can come to the mat or to a block. Coming into our resting pose, our child's pose. Pausing here for a few breaths. And while we pause here, I invite you to bring something to mind that you're grateful for today. Something to focus on during class. And come back to that breath. Maybe coming back to that calming breath or a 3-part breath as we pause here. A few more rounds of breath. And on that next inhale, pressing yourself up, bringing the hands to the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. And we are in our downward facing dog. Feet are hip width distance apart, drawing the heels down towards the mat. And go ahead and pedal the feet out here. Stretching out the calves, stretching out the feet. And come to settle in downward facing dog. Drawing the heels down. Bring a little bend in the knees. And take a big inhale here through the nose. And open the mouth. Sigh it out. Let it go. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Making any adjustments, the hands will be under the shoulders, heels sharpened back, midsection snugs in. And lift the hips back for downward facing dog. And one more time, come forward to plank. And lift the hips back to downward facing dog. Walk the feet towards the hands at the top of the mat. And coming into standing forward fold. The feet are hip width distance apart. Little bend in the knees. And the hands can come down to the mat or the floor, or they can come down to a block. And the gaze is back behind you. And you can take a hold of opposite elbows, a little swaying side to side. And releasing the hands back down. Inhale up for a flat back. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. The gaze towards the mat. Exhale all the way down. And one more time, coming up to a flat back. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale all the way down. One more time, coming up to a flat back. And exhale. This time, inhale all the way up. Hands in prayer above the head. Release hands in prayer in front of the chest. Draw the arms long by the sides, palms facing forward. Coming into mountain pose. Draw the shoulders up by the ears, roll them down the back. I invite you to close the eyes or lower the gaze. And starting to notice that breath again. And invite you to bring something to mind that you're grateful for today. And on that next inhale, inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale into standing forward fold. Coming up to a flat back. And exhale all the way down. We are at the top of the mat. Bringing the hands to the mat. We're going to step that left foot all the way back. Coming into a low lunge. That front knee tracking right over that front foot. Bring that left hand down. Inhale the right arm up. Bring that right hand back down. Tap down the back knee. Untuck those toes. And we can interlace the fingers on top of the right thigh. Finding something to focus on in front of you that isn't moving. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale a little deeper into that kneeling lunge stretch. And noticing those shoulders as they draw down the back. Bring the left hand down. Inhale the right arm up. And bring the right hand down. Tuck the toes of the back foot. Lift that back knee. Step the left foot up to meet the right. We're back in standing forward fold. Inhale up for a flat back. And exhale all the way down. Stepping the right foot all the way back. Coming into a low lunge on the other side. Checking that knee as it tracks over that foot. Bring the right hand down. Inhale the left arm up. And left hand comes back down. We're going to tap down that back knee. Untuck the toes. We're in a kneeling lunge. Interlacing the fingers on top of that left thigh. Again, finding something to focus on that isn't moving. Take a nice big inhale here and exhale. Perhaps a little deeper into that kneeling lunge stretch. Continuing to notice that breath. Bring the right hand down. Inhale the left arm up. Left hand comes back down. Tuck the toes of the back foot. Lift that back knee. And walk the hands over to the right side. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Toes are slightly splayed, a little bend in the knees, hands on the mat under heart center. Gently moving side to side. Just releasing any tenseness. And then bring the hands down under heart center. The hands could be on a block. Left hand stays down. Inhale the right arm up. And right hand comes down under heart center. Inhale the left arm up. Left hand comes down. Bring a little bend to the knees. We're gently going to press ourselves up to a standing position. Wide-legged standing pose here. Toes will be slightly splayed. And the knees are going to bend. Just tracking over those feet. Coming into our goddess pose. Cactusy arms. Nice strong arms. Straighten everything. Coming up into star pose. And exhale back to goddess. Can we sit a tiny bit lower? One more time, straighten everything, reaching up for the corners of the room. And exhale. Back down to goddess. One more time. Straighten everything, reaching up for the corners of the room. And exhale. Back to goddess. Coming into a goddess twist. We're going to bring the hands to the thighs, thumb on the front, fingers on the back, kind of close to the knees. And dropping one shoulder down. The arm is straight with that shoulder. And just notice where you notice the stretch. The goddess twist. Also a great little stretch you can do sitting in a chair. Let's do this a couple more times. And straighten the legs. Fabulous. Moving into warrior two. We're going to pivot the right foot along that back edge of the mat, the short end, and then the left toes towards the other short end. Raising the arms up, coming up into our warrior two. Checking the gazes over those left fingers. That right arm is up where we left it. Flip the front palm for peaceful warrior. And releasing into extended side angle, that left forearm on top of the left thigh. Inhale the right arm up and over. That gaze might come up and under that arm. And then moving back into warrior two. Flip that front palm, peaceful warrior. Releasing into extended side angle. One more time, coming back into our warrior two. Flip that front palm, peaceful warrior. Straighten the front leg for extended triangle. And coming back into our warrior two. We're going to move our warrior going the other way. Straighten the left leg. Bring the toes towards the long end of the mat. Palms touching overhead. And moving our warrior two to the other side of the mat. Checking in with the feet. That front foot will intersect the middle of the back. Warrior two with the gaze over the right fingers. Flip the front palm, peaceful warrior. Releasing into extended side angle. Perhaps that gaze up and under that left arm. Moving back into warrior two. Flip that palm, coming into peaceful warrior. Coming back into extended side angle. One more time, moving back into our warrior two. Flip that front palm, peaceful warrior. Straighten that front knee for an extended triangle. And coming back into warrior two. Straighten the right leg. Bring the palms to touch overhead. We're going to come into a warrior two flow. Pivot the left toes towards the left side of the mat. Gaze over those left fingers. Warrior two. And then moving our warrior, straighten the left leg. Bring the palms to touch overhead. Warrior two with the gaze over the right fingers. And just moving through this bit of a meditation as we move our warrior from side to side. You can close your eyes while you're doing this. I will not close my eyes while I'm doing this because I'll land on the mat most likely. Let's do this a couple more times. One more time with the gaze over those right fingers. Finishing up with the gaze over the left fingers. Bring the hands down to frame the left foot. And step the left foot back to meet the right. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Tap down the knees. Hugging the elbows in, lower the chin and chest towards the mat, and release into baby cobra. Hands on either side of the rib cage, forehead taps down. Zip up the legs. Pressing through the hands, lifting the chin and chest. Keeping the gaze towards the mat. Exhale all the way down. One more time, pressing through the hands, lifting the chin and chest. And exhale all the way down. And one more time, pressing through the hands, lifting the chin and chest. Exhale all the way down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and we're back in our downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg up and back. Bend the right leg, flex that right foot, draw the heel towards the glute. And perhaps that gaze coming up and under that right arm. And set that right foot back down. Inhale, lifting the left leg up. Bend the left leg, flex that left foot, draw the heel towards the glute. And that gaze might be coming up and under that left arm. Straighten the left leg, set that left foot back down. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Tap down the knees. Draw the seat towards the heels. Reaching the arms forward and the forehead taps down. We're in our puppy pose. Coming back to that breath. And take that left arm threaded underneath the right for a shoulder stretch, resting on the left ear, right fingers reaching forward for a shoulder stretch. And draw that left arm forward, threading the right arm underneath the left. Resting on the right ear, gaze up and under the left arm. Left fingers reaching forward for a shoulder stretch on the other side. And draw that right arm forward. Moving through tabletop, tuck the toes, lift the hips. We're back in our downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting that right leg up and back. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Coming into lizard. Tapping down the back knee, untuck those back toes. And we will hang out in our lizard for a couple of breaths. The hands can be down on the mat. We can use that right elbow to press that right knee open. You can also come down to elbows or a block, whatever works for you today. Coming back to that breath. Couple more breaths here. And if you're on elbows or a block, you can go ahead and bring those hands back to the mat, under heart center. Tuck the toes of the back foot, lift that back knee, and step that right foot back to meet the left. Or downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Tap down the knees, hug the elbows in, and pressing up into baby cobra. Tap down the forehead. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. We're back in our downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting that left leg up and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Coming into lizard on the other side. Tap down the back knee, untuck the toes. And again, we can use that left elbow to press that knee away. We could come down to elbows or a block. Hanging out in our lizard for a few breaths. And if you're on elbows or blocks, you can come back with the hands under heart center. Tuck the toes of the back foot, lift that back knee. We're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. And we're in a modified standing forward fold. Coming up to a flat back. Exhale all the way down. Hands come to the mat and step the left foot back and the right foot back. We are back in our plank. And lift the hips back for downward facing dog. Walking the feet towards the hands at the top of the mat. We're in our standing forward fold at the top of the mat. Little bend in the knees. Inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands in prayer. One more time. Inhale the arms all the way up. Bring hands in prayer in front of the chest. And we're going to have a seat in our chair. And as you have that seat in the chair, the seat is drawing down towards the mat. Peeking over the knees, we can see our toes. And hands in prayer. Or the arms can be up with the biceps framing the ears, wherever you're most comfortable. And then exhale into standing forward fold. Coming up to a flat back. Exhale all the way down. A little bend in the knees. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in prayer, and have a seat in that chair again. Can we sit a tiny bit lower? Release into standing forward fold. Coming up to a flat back. Exhale all the way down. One more time. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale the hands in prayer. Have a seat in that chair. And then we're just going to keep lowering our seat down until we have a seat on the mat. Coming into a boat pose, rocking back on those sits bones. The legs can be straight or bent. You can draw the arms long by the side or hold on behind those thighs for a boat pose. And a couple more breaths here. And we are going to lower all the way down to the mat. Bringing the feet mat width distance apart. Allow the knees to touch. And windshield wiper those knees side to side. And go ahead and bring the feet back to the mat. Feet will be about hip width distance apart. We're going to get one of our blocks and keep that close by. Coming into bridge pose. Draw the arms long by the sides, palms facing down. Pressing through the heels, lifting the hips, coming up into bridge. And exhale, lower everything down. And again, pressing through those heels, lifting the hips, coming up into bridge pose. Lower everything down. Next time, we're going to take our block. On the lowest setting, we're going to press through the heels, lifting up the hips, and slide that block under the sacrum, under the small of the back. Make yourself comfortable. Draw the arms long by the side. You can roll those shoulders under for a little extra height. Noticing the thighs are parallel. And settling in for our supported bridge pose. Checking in with the breath. The breath might be slowing down just a little bit. We can stay right here. We can come into a supported legs up the wall, raising the legs up. And just noticing ankles tracking over the knees, tracking over the hips. Legs up the wall. And certainly if you have an empty wall nearby, you can bring those legs up the wall. Pausing here for a few more breaths. And if those legs are up, we're going to bring the feet back down to the mat, pressing through the heels, lift the hips, removing the block. We'll set that aside. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest, taking hold on top of the knees or underneath, wherever you're most comfortable. And a little rocking side to side. Get a little back rub in. And releasing the feet back to the mat. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Coming into a figure 4, reclining pigeon. We can stay right here. I've got the top foot flexed to protect the knee. You can use that left hand to press that knee away if you like. And if you need a little more, we can raise the right leg. Interlacing the fingers around the right thigh. Drawing that knee in towards the chest. You can use that left elbow to open up that knee a little bit more. Reclining pigeon or figure 4 here. Continuing to come back to that breath. And set the right foot back down, keeping the left ankle crossed over the right knee. We're going to lower both knees down over to the left side. And you can bring a block under that left knee for a little support. And we can tee the arms or cactus the arms here and bring the gaze over to the right side. Starting to deepen that breath a little bit. And on that next inhale, we're going to lift the knees back up, uncross the left ankle from the right knee. And we're going to switch sides, crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Keeping the foot flexed to protect the knee, we can gently press that knee away with the right hand, opening up that hip a little bit. And if you want a little bit more, we can raise that left leg up, interlacing the fingers around that thigh, drawing the left knee in towards the chest, and using that right elbow to press that knee away. Another option. Continuing to notice the breath. And go ahead and set that left foot back down, keeping the right ankle crossed over the left knee. We're going to lower both knees down over to the right side. And again, you can bring a block underneath that right knee. You can tee the arms here, cactus the arms. So this time we're going to bring the gaze over to the left. Deepening that breath a little bit here. And on that next inhale, lifting everything back up, uncross the right ankle from the left knee, hugging the knees into the chest one more time, rocking side to side. And hugging the left knee into the chest, stretch the right leg long. With that right hand, draw that left knee towards the right shoulder for a little bit of a glute stretch. Continuing to notice the breath. Releasing that left knee back over to the left side. Drawing both knees into the chest. And then hugging the right knee in, stretching that left leg long. Left hand draws that right knee towards the left shoulder. Right hand coming to the mat or the floor for a little support. Releasing that right knee back over to the right side one more time, hugging those knees in. And releasing. Coming into a happy baby. Taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet, elbows on the insides of those knees. And you may want to rock that baby side to side. Releasing the feet, drawing the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to splay to the sides. And you can bring blocks or bolsters underneath the thighs for a little extra support. I'm going to take a hold of opposite elbows above the head. Another chest opener. Switching the grip on those elbows. Releasing the arms, bringing the right hand to the chest, left hand to the belly. And moving into a 3-part breath here. On that next inhale, fill the belly, moving through the rib cage all the way up to the chest. And exhale through the chest, rib cage, and belly. Inhale, filling the belly, moving through the rib cage all the way up. And exhale, all the way down. Continuing with this 3-part breath. Checking in with the body. And I invite you to release into your final resting pose. Drawing the arms long by the side, palms facing up. And the legs can be straight or bent wherever you're comfortable. Big deep inhale here. And exhale, let it go. And one more time, big deep inhale. And exhale. And start to deepen that breath a little bit. Inhale the arms above the head for a nice stretch. And draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. And rolling over to the right side. Pausing here for a moment. And when you're ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Drawing the hands to prayer. And bowing the head. And again, I invite you to bring something to mind that you're grateful for this evening. Beautiful job tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Maggie with Veterans Yoga Project. This has been our gentle yoga with breath work. And so grateful that you showed up tonight. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Maggie.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And thank you everyone for supporting Veterans Yoga Project. This is day 2 or day 3 of Veterans Gratitude Week this year, 2022. And we have a lot more classes coming. So if anyone wants to donate or join a different class, please do go to our website at veteransyogaproject.org. You can donate there. You can sign up for classes. You can find a link to our app. You can find our library, our trainings, whatever you're looking for, or you can just text the letters VYP to 707070, and you can donate that way too. So thanks for all your support, and thank you, Maggie, for your support always.
Yeah, have a good night, everybody.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.